to another episode of the Don't Argue with the Facts podcast. It's the reaction. The Pacers win Game 6, 125 108, and they are going to the NBA Finals. To, this is just going to be me rambling about the 2024-25 Pacers. This is it. Game analysis, sure, but this is just going to be me rambling. We saw a lot of things with this team. This team started off the year 10 and 15. This team last year was in the conference finals and got swept. Blew some leads. Howley was out for games 3 and 4. It was done. The the Pacers, they re-signed Pascal, obviously. They get Wiseman in the off season. To start the season, Wiseman and Ijax both blow out their Achilles. Nimhard and Neesmith were out for months. Even Turner missed a few games. So it was really like, okay, this team, when when can we can't really evaluate them until they get healthy. Then obviously we make the trade for Thomas Bryant. Big trade. Well, it turned out to be a big trade. Obviously, we signed Tony Bradley because people were injured. He stays on the roster. Then we get our guys back. At that point, we're year 10 and 15. And well, you you don't your season can either go off the rails or you can get back on track. We got our guys back and we got back on track. And even throughout the year, there were Halley slumps. There were times where Nimhard really wasn't shooting the ball well. Turner was still being his occasional up and down, still being up and down. You have Mathurin who was trying to still find his consistency. Didn't really know what Jarris Walker uh, could be, uh, but they figure it out. And you get here to the playoffs, and the first round against Milwaukee, you were the better team. The game 5, I know, went crazy. Obviously, uh, that was a crazy ending, but you look at everything up until that point. Okay, you beat your rivals, I guess, in 5. Crazy finish and all that. Then you got Cleveland. You take game 1. You steal game 2. Howley, this playoff run has been insane. Howley was incredible in game 2. Obviously, had the big shot. Then obviously you get stomped game 3. Cleveland gets their starters back after they were out in game 2, or their 3 of their best players back. Then Mother's Day Massacre Part 2 in game 4. And then in game 5, they win. They come back from 20 down. I'm not going to lie. I try to be as impartial as I can be on this, but tonight, uh, I just have to talk about him because this team has come such a long way. I have been a fan of this team for so long. Like this team, it's kind of crazy how they're here. Cause look, 2000, I wasn't alive. I'm 18 years old. I wasn't alive to see them Reggie play in 2000. It wasn't really a lot to see Reggie at all. The closest thing we had gotten to this was 2013 and 14, and then came up short. 24 didn't really have a chance. This year, the Knicks series. Oh, you only beat the Knicks last year because they were hurt. Okay. Game 1 was crazy. We broke that all down on the channel. Game 1 was crazy. They then win game two. They blow a 20-point lead. Credit to the Knicks. By the way, before I continue, congratulations to the Knicks. Why do I say that? Because they lost. Well, they even though they lost the series in six, it was a hard fought series. It's their first conference finals in 25 years. Brunson's a warrior. Hart is a warrior. Do they need things that they can get better on? Yes. OG great. Look, Knicks, they should. If you're a Knicks fan, should you be disappointed with the loss? Absolutely. But you should also be proud of them for getting this far. But back to to the Pacers and look, game four, Hallie has a great performance. In game five, obviously I didn't really get to cover that because I was at graduation, but a lot a lot of things went wrong, and the Knicks did a lot of things well, and you have people thinking game six maybe the Knicks could replicate that and slow the game down. And yes, the Pacers were sloppy at times in this game, but I have you're watching Thomas Bryant come in and drop 11 points. Obi has probably one of the best games of playoff games of his career. Tonight he was everywhere. He was making threes, he was rebounding, he was blocking shots. You have Nimhard, who kind of looked like he found his shot in the second half, but his defense the whole game he had Brunson in a straitjacket at some point. And then you have Halliburton try to take over the game in the fourth quarter. Not to mention Siakam just timely baskets. I mean, you just got all like this team is beautiful. This team, it's been a joy to watch. Truly been beautiful. As a four seed, this is one of the best underdog stories I've seen in a while. And this all started with the Hallie's overrated, da 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 da. And honestly, as an analyst, as a one wanting to be an analyst, not even just as a fan, I didn't think he was overrated. Still don't think that. Well, obviously depends where you're rating him, but I didn't think he was, and I think that just kind of lit a fire under him and his team, and they've been playing great. And now they're going to the NBA Finals. Which, hold on one second. This, this is where it is. This, a night. This is where it is. This calls for a night of celebration. It really does. This. It calls for his night of celebration. Look, when you haven't seen your team and you've been a ride or die for your team and you see them just been struggling. I mean, there's been some rough years in there. I mean, look, Danny Granger getting hurt sucked. Again, 13 and 14, losing to Braun sucked. The 16 series against Toronto, them losing in 7 games when they should have legitimately won the series, sucked. Uh, them they should have been better in 17 with Teague and George and Ellis, and then George asking for trade, and then Oladipo coming in, losing to the Cavs in 7 sucked, being the 3 seed the next year, and then Oladipo blowing out his knee, and he's not the same player sucks. And then Sabonis turning into a really good player, but the roster's just not that good. Then you go into full rebuild and you get Howley, and now all this has come together. You look in terms of the game tonight. Look, the Pacers did what they wanted to do. They played with pace. I said it. Look, one 110 and over, the Pacers are gonna win. You keep it 100 to 105, that's where the Knicks are comfortable. And that's where the Knicks will win. And in the games that they won, they did that. In the games that they lost, they didn't. It's simple as that. Magic number was 110. Yeah, but the Pacers and Thunder, I'll have a preview up for that on Monday. Uh I kind of just want to take in I kind of just I'm recording this really really late because I've kind of been taking in the moment because when your team wins a conference and is now going to a finals which they have only been there once previous in terms of their time in the NBA. I think even if like we are trying to be unbiased on this show, you just there are some points you have to just take the analyst cap off, sit back and be a fan, and that's kind of just what I'm doing right now. And it's crazy. OKC is going to be a tough matchup. OKC's 68 wins are fantastic. Uh, they should be favored. They've earned that. They've been the best team all year. Uh, yeah, I'll have my preview up for that on Monday. Again, shout out to the Knicks. They played a really tough, gritty series. Play really well. Uh, we'll kind of do a future outlook for them, I guess. At some point, maybe not. It depends, but they do have some things to work on. I do think they can get back here. This was a great experience for them. But the Pacers going on to the NBA Finals, two small market teams in the finals. That should be fun. The Pacers win again. Another great showing, multiple guys in double figures. All right. Take care, guys, and see ya. Stay blessed, stay safe on this Sunday morning now.